You've been kneeling on your bedroom floor, pouring your heart out for months. You want that promotion, that relationship, or that breakthrough. But every time you finish praying, total silence. It feels like your words are bouncing off the ceiling and dropping straight back to the floor. You start asking yourself, is God mad at me? Is he ignoring me? Or does he just not care? Here is the hard truth. God isn't ignoring you. He is rejecting your motives. Today we are diving into James 4 verse 3, Psalm 139, and 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 to look at why your prayers might be getting blocked, and how taking control of your thoughts changes everything. Let's read what James, the brother of Jesus, wrote. When you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Notice the text doesn't say, you didn't ask enough. It says you asked with wrong motives. In the original Greek, the word used for wrong motives is kakis, meaning selfish or corrupt. James is diagnosing a heart disease in our prayer life, using prayer not to build a relationship with God, but to fuel our own ego. When we approach God, we act like he's a cosmic vending machine. We insert our prayer, press the button, and expect him to dispense our desires. But God isn't a butler serving our ambitions. He's the Lord of our lives. Where do wrong motives actually come from? They don't just appear out of nowhere. They start in your thoughts. This is where 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5 becomes our defensive weapon. Paul writes that we must demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. Before a selfish request comes out of your mouth in prayer, a selfish thought took root in your mind. Thoughts of envy, insecurity, or a desire to flex on others creep in silently. If you don't arrest those thoughts at the door of your mind, they turn into selfish motives in your heart. Taking every thought captive means interrogating your mind before you pray. Ask yourself, is this thought coming from faith, or is it coming from my ego? Sometimes we deceive ourselves into thinking our motives are pure when they aren't. This is where David's prayer in Psalm 139 verses 23 to 24 comes in. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Notice David didn't say, God, look how pure I am. He asked God to search him. Unanswered prayer is often God's way of pressing pause, so we can invite him in with a Psalm 139 audit. When you pair 2 Corinthians 10 verse 5, taking thoughts captive, with Psalm 139, your selfish motives dissolve and get replaced by desires aligned with his kingdom. To put this into practice today, run this 3-step audit before your next prayer session. When Jesus prayed in Gethsemane right before the cross, he asked for his suffering to be removed. But he ended his prayer with, "Yet not my will, but yours be done." That is the ultimate heart alignment. God isn't withholding good things from you to be cruel. He is protecting you from receiving things for the wrong reasons. The next time you bow your head, take your thoughts captive, ask him to search your heart, and align your motives with his will. If this message challenged or encouraged you today, hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts, and subscribe for more visual Bible breakdowns. See you in the next video.